et bienvenue, welcome. Friendly, étranger, stranger. Brooklyn, Zucea, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you, bleibe, restez, stay. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Et cabaret, oh cabaret, cabaret. Meine Damen und Herren, Mesdames et Messieurs, Ladies and Gentlemen. Guten Abend, bonsoir, wie geht's? Comment ça va? Do you feel good? I bet you do. Ich bin euer Konferencier. Je suis votre compère. I am your host. Und sagen willkommen, bienvenue, welcome in cabaret, oh cabaret, cabaret. Leave your troubles outside. So, life is disappointing. Forget it. We have no troubles in here. In here, life is beautiful. In here, the girls are beautiful. Even the orchestra is beautiful. Each and every one of them a virgin. You don't believe me? Ask Brunhilde! Woo! And now, the cabaret girls, Fraulein Mandy, Fraulein Emma, Fraulein Amy. Just delicious, you'll agree. They are so good.
love, pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how hard, to fight for the right, without question or cause, to be willing to march into hell with a heavenly cause. And I know, if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, and my heart will lie peaceful and calm till I make my and the world will be better for me. That one man was born and covered with scars, with strife. Oh, his last sounds of courage to reach the unreachable, to reach the unreachable star. Oh, the unreachable star. Did you put that scene?
Gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, Bruce? Start walking.
Yes. You sure?
But for the second part of the show, we're going to kick off with a bit of burlesque. So I must ask, gentlemen, please remain seated during this next performance. And there's no better way of portraying burlesque than in that famous dance, the can-can. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, for you tonight, the cast of the Tarrant Valley Players are going to perform the can-can. So come on, a big can-can! Now, we're going to ask you to use your imagination a bit and think back, if the minds are still working, back to the early 1960s. To one of the earliest comedians, women comedians, that appeared on our TV screens at that time, and on the London Palladium. A little diminutive 5-foot woman from the Midlands, who had less than a perfect command of the English language. Somebody's guessed it already. And that woman was HYLDA BAKER. Anybody remember her?
Yes! Sadly, yes.
Well, tonight you're in for a treat, because we've got our own diminutive little lady tonight in the form of Mandy Shepherd. And Mandy, tonight for you will be HYLDA BAKER. So again, a very warm welcome to Mandy Shepherd and friends to HYLDA BAKER.
She's tall and blonde, with sort of aquamarine features. She wears her hair in a sort of nutcracker swing. She's a bit like Lola Brigadier. In fact, I think it was last night a fella took her for Lola Brigadier, and then the police took him for being drunk and disorderly. machine too. Here, I want. I wish you wouldn't keep your purse down there. It's one of those with a twisted top. Oh. Where have you been, eh? It's 1:15. Oh, I must get a little armbutt on there. Oh, where have you been? I told you to be soon, didn't I? Be soon, I said. Be soon. She looks through you. I wouldn't care, but she knows. Just won't let on, that's it. She can't help it. She's not told she should. She's not been the same since she fell off there after its tantrum. Oh, what a thing that was. Oh, well, with 3 of them on it, there should only be 2 on the tantrum, shouldn't there? Well, because they'll be only about 15 yards. About 15 yards? Yeah, when the dog ran out right in front, and she being the biggest, she went right over the top and hit herself into a lamppost. Oh. There, Alice, she was the first to come to. Yes, she came to herself, out of herself. She shouted to a fella to fetch the doctor. But she knows it's Alice, because she works in the hospital. She's a nurse there. Well, not exactly a nurse, she's a cleaner there, so she knows. She's clever, isn't she, Alice? Clever, you're Alice. Yeah, nobody mixes cenopods like there, Alice. Oh, she really ought to be certified. Anyway, she fetched the doctor, her fella, and he only looked at you the once, didn't he? Yeah, just the once. He said, I'm no use to her. What this girl needs is a psychiatrist. So anyway, so she went to the psychiatrist. And he said, I'm sorry, I won't be able to diagnose your case today. Come back Thursday. Thursday, I told them Thursday. And I'll microanalyse you. Well, you can feel the strength leaving her body. You know, and then he started to delve, or well, that's what he said he was doing. Trying to delve into her past. He asked if she was married. And she said no, she wasn't married. And that's when I butted in, because I said, she's not married, but she hasn't been neglected. I mean, the fella that she used to go, he was a sailor, wasn't he? A sailor? Yes. Yeah, well, not exactly a sailor. He leads a horse down the canal bank. So wherever there was a canal, well, that's where you'd have to be, isn't it? I mean, when you get married, you want them at home with you, don't you? Well, fish you do anyway. Anyway, she should worry and spoil the shade because, oh, she's a beautiful actress. Oh, yes. She's been in the amateurs. Yes. How long have you been in the amateurs now? 12 years. 12 years in the amateurs. Yes. She's not been on yet, mind. But I'll tell you what, I'll get her to do some of the things she did, some of the exceptions from her repertoire, and then hear her speak. And when she speaks, it's like silk, because she's had lessons in electrocution. Come over here, love. Oi! I say come over here, not dash off full pelt. I want you to do something for the ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, do something for the ladies and gentlemen. Do that thing you did on the charabanc. Oh no, don't do that. No, don't do that. I'll tell you what, still get her to tell you a joke. Oh, she's really comical. She has me in stitches, she does. Oh yeah, that's it. Tell them a joke, love. A joke. Tell them about that spinster talking to the woman next door who's married. And the woman who's married said to the spinster, are you lonely, living by yourself? Oh no, said the woman, because I have 1,000 goldfish. 1,000 goldfish, that's a lot, isn't it? She was a bit taken aback, really, the woman, because she peeked through the curtains many times. She'd not seen anything. Anyway, so she said, well, where do you keep them? Well, tell her where she keeps the goldfish. Well, says the woman, I keep them in the bath, says the woman. Well, what do you do with them when you want to take a bath? Go on, tell her what she does with them when she wants to take a bath. Go on, tell them. Well, she says, I blindfold them. She's ever so comical, and she knows. Yes, she knows. Yeah, bully. She knows, you know.
Mandy Shepherd and Cynthia, ably performed by our own Adrian Hughes. 3 years voice projection it took for that. Right, now a little bit more imagination from you, please, as we transport you across the Atlantic to that, well, the best bit of the Americas, Canada. That country of high mountains, the Rocky Mountains, tall trees, grizzly bears, and even grislier men. As we perform for you tonight that famous Python song, the Lumberjack Song.
I'm a lumberjack. Leaping from tree to tree, they click down the mighty rivers of the British Columbia. The giant redwood, the large, the fir, the mighty Scots pine, the flowering cherry. With my girlies by my side, we'll sing, sing, sing. I'm a lumberjack and I don't pay, sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to a lemon tree. On Wednesdays I go shopping, have butter and scones for tea.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the lemon tree. On Wednesdays he goes shopping, has butter and scones for tea. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
Cut down trees, I skip and jump, I like to press for flowers. On Wednesdays I go shopping and hang around in bars.
Cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to press for flowers. He puts on British clothing and hangs around in bars. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa.
Trees, he wears high heels, suspenders and a bra. Now that's the right line. Go on. Rocket, come on.
I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa. Oh.
Well, thank you, Rob. Tarrant Valley. Thank you for keep going. I'm sorry about the music, but well done. Now, we rather thought he did that rather too well.
Yes,
About you.
very convincing.
I did that without any rehearsal. Now the next act is, well, let me tell you a fact or two. And some of you may know this, but one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous job in industry today is on building sites. It is, it's true. Health and safety is established that. And we have tonight Brian Shepherd, who's going to give you an example of the dangers of working on a building site as he performs the song first done by the Dubliners called Sick Note. So I want you to give another big warm welcome to Brian Shepherd as he sings for you this evening, sick note. Thank you.
Dear sir, I write this note to tell you of me plight, and at the time of writing I am not a pretty sight. Me body is all black and blue, me face a deathly grey, and I write this note to say why Pat is not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear, and to throw them down from such a height was not a good idea. The foreman followed me every move, he being an awkward sod. He said I'd have to cart them down the ladders in me hod. Now, moving all these bricks by hand, it was so very slow, so I hoisted up a barrel and secured a rope below. But in me haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel load of building bricks was heavier than me. And so when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead. And clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. Well, I shot up like a rocket, dismayed by dismay I found. But halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. Well, the barrel broke me shoulder as to the ground it sped. And when I reached the top, I banged the pulley with me head. Well, I clung on tight, though numbed with shock from this almighty blow. And the barrel spilled out off the bricks 14 floors below. Now when these bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel, and so started down once more. While clinging tightly to the rope, to the ground I sped, and I landed on the broken bricks, where again I banged me head. Well, groaned I lay there groaning on the ground. I thought I'd passed the worst. Then the barrel hit the pulley wheel, and its rusty bottom burst. And a shower of bricks rained down on me. I hadn't got a hope. As I lay there moaning on the ground, I let go that bloody rope. Well, the barrel being free to fall, it fell to ground once more, and lay right across me as I lay upon the floor. But it broke me 3 ribs in my left arm, and I can only say, I hope you'll understand why Paddy's not at work today.
Now, I guess most of us will remember the Vicar of Dibley, a series that was on TV, and we'll probably remember at the end, as the credits were winding through, Dawn French and Alice, opposite number, they used to tell each other jokes, yes? Yes. Well, for you tonight, we're going to do exactly the same thing, because the two Mandys recreate that scene at the end of the Vicar of Dibley, the joke scene. Come on,
No, not stupid at all. Anyway, I've got another one for you. It's an animal joke for you this time.
Okay.
Okay. Why did the lobster blush?
I don't know. Why did the lobster blush?
Because the seaweed.
The seaweed what?
Seaweed?
What?
Look, the lobster was in the sea, yes? And the seaweed. Weed.
Oh, Lordy! That's the rudest thing!
Alright, let's try this one. Inflatable boy goes into inflatable school with inflatable headmaster.
Oh, he's lucky he got in. Oh my goodness, he's very lucky he got in.
Yeah, but okay. Right. Anyway, one day he ran amok, running around the school with a drawing pin, going psst, 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 psst. And the headmaster called him into the office and he said, I'm very disappointed in you. You've let yourself down, you've let me down, you've let the whole
Sorry. So do you think that that's funny?
Yeah, I think he's hilarious.
Well, I don't think that's funny at all. Because that guy is stupid and he needs psychiatric help. And laughing at him means that you're condoning his behaviour.
It was an inflatable school, Alice.
Exactly. What's the worst thing you can do in an inflatable school? Go round with a drawing pin. And I bet there aren't that many inflatable schools around. And I bet there aren't that many children that need inflatable schools. The boy needs psychiatric help and all you can do is laugh at him. Do you know, sometimes I wonder just why you're a vicar.
Thank you, the two madness. Now, it wouldn't be a Tarrant Valley Players evening if we didn't have a performance from our very own Jean Wells. And it wouldn't be a performance from our very own Jean Wells unless she presented one of her famous Pamaya poems. And yes, you're in for a treat again tonight, because tonight Jean Wells is going to perform a Pamaya's poem. And the poem is entitled, I Should Have Asked My Husband. So, again, please, a big warm welcome for Jean Wells.
You know this world is complicated and imperfect and oppressed, and it's not hard to feel timid, apprehensive and depressed. All around it seems tides of questions ebb and flow, and people want solutions, but they don't know where to go. Opinions abound, but who is wrong and who is right? No, people need a prophet, a diffuser of the light, someone they can turn to as the crises rage and swirl, someone with the remedy, the wisdom, the pearl. Well, they should have asked my husband. He'd have told him then and there his thoughts on immigration, teenage mothers, Tony Blair, the future of the monarchy, house prices in the south, the wait for hip replacement, BSE and foot and mouth. Yes, they should have asked my husband. He can sort out any mess. He can rejuvenate the railways. He can cure the NHS. So any little niggle, anything you want to know, just run it past my husband, wind him up and let him go. it's the ozone layer. Refugees and jugs. These may defeat the brain of any politician bloke, but just present him to my husband, he will solve in a stroke. He'll clarify the situation. He'll make it crystal clear. You'll feel the glazing of your eyeballs and the bending of your ear. Corruption at the top, he's an authority on that. The Mafia, Gaddafi, and Yasser Arafat. Upon these areas, he'll bring his intellect to shine in a great, compelling voice that's quite as loud as yours or mine. I often wonder what it must be like to be so strong, infallible, articulate, self-confident, and wrong. When it comes to tolerance, he hasn't got a lot. Joyriders should be guillotined, muggers should be shot. The sound of his own voice is like music to his ears. He hasn't got an inkling that he's boring us to tears. Oh, it's relentless, it's unstoppable. The hunting ban was grim. I often fantasize at night of the hounds pursuing him. One thing, and one thing only, caused the smile of his face to crack. At last, we beat Australia! We've got the Ashes back!
Apparently, they've come up with a new low-fat communion wafer.
Oh, that's good news.
They've called it, I Can't Believe It's Not Jesus.
That's catchy. Like, I can't believe it's not butter.
Exactly. Yes.
We should get some. Shall I order some?
No, because it's a joke, isn't it?
What is?
The low-fat communion wafers, they don't exist. They're a joke.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why don't they, you see?
that way back when the great Sir Laurence Olivier was rehearsing for his famous Richard III part, he stayed in Dorset and he stayed down at the Langton Arms. Barbara's got this recorded before she took over. She knows this is a fact. Perfectly true. He stayed there to do his rehearsing. And whilst he was there, he took advice from one of the residents of the village who coached him in his part. We're honoured tonight to have that same person perform his own, very own, Richard III for us this evening. So it really does give me great pleasure, and I'm sure it will give you great pleasure also, to see our very own Mr. David Bentley in Richard III on A Hard Day's Night. So come on, folks!
And I have been working like a dog. It has been a hard day's night. I should have been sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do make me feel all right. You know, I work all day to get you money to buy you things, 'cause I like it when you say you're going to give me everything. That's why I love to come home, 'cause when I get you alone, I know I'll be all right. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, holding you, feeling me tight. Has been a hard day's night, and I have been working like a dog. It has been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do make me feel all right.
Thank you, David. I don't think Laurence Olivier did it quite like that. Now, a touching love song for you. We're going to lower the tone a little bit. We're going to tune the lights down. We're going to give you a romantic song this evening. The words are very touching. And I expect there will be tears in the eyes, so if you've got tissues and hankies, get them ready now. Because we're going to have our dear friends present to you this evening a song entitled Spiders and Snakes.
I do. said, hello, baby. She said, ain't you cool? I said, do you remember when? And would you like to get together again? She said, I'll see you after school. I was shy and so for a while, but my love was touching smile. And she said, come on home with me. I was nervous as you might guess, looking for something to slip down her dress, and she said, let's make it perfectly clear. She said,
I don't like spikes and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me. You fool, you fool. I don't like spikes and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me. Like I wanna be loved by you.
No, that's wrong, isn't it? Right, thank you, Brian, Emma, Rob, and... It's so difficult getting out that outfit, I tell you, it's very, very tight. Anyway, what we've got now is a rather special Victorian melodrama for you. And it goes back to about the 1830s, when the Royal Navy ruled everything and everybody. A naval captain was never to be disobeyed on pain of death. So this one is one of the shortest, I think. But it's very, very funny. But as in the tradition of Victorian music hall, audience participation is of paramount importance. So if you feel that somebody needs answering from the audience, then of course you should do that, because they expect you to, and they've probably got some wisecrack answer. So, I give you the Victorian melodrama, The Captain's Cabin.
don't bother me now with such trivialities, woman. You shall be paid. Little does she know what her reward shall be.
Slave all day. All right. Either you pay me just recompense, or you make an honest woman offer me. Yes, yes.
Never.
See it now,
Never.
Lady Jasper.
Never. For I have someone much younger in mind.
What's that you said? What's that you said?
I said, yeah, yes, I have something like that in mind.
Oh, you'll get plenty of red meat and wine for me tonight.
No, you are a generous girl, Miss Fanny, but I cannot pay you more.
Oh, you kid. What about your mother's pearls or rings? Oh, did she have no rings? Oh, go on, of course she did.
No, I couldn't be parted from them. Besides, it was her dying wish they should belong to my future wife.
Oh, well, dearie, that ain't such a bad idea. I'd make a fine wife for any man. No one can make you happier, could they now?
No, some other time, perhaps. But for now, fare ye well, ye temptress ye.
Oh dear! What is to become of us all?
What's to become of you, my poor fatherless child?
A child of shame and sorrow. That nice young man you used to have will never marry you. Who will marry you now?
She's not a child of shame and sorrow. She's the light of my life.
Oh, if only we had the money the captain promised us, we could get off this ship and find a place of safety and warmth. That child needs warmth and nourishment. It's no good. You'll have to go to the captain and beg him to take pity on you.
Never. He took me once against my will. He ruined me. And now my hero won't look at me. I won't go near that evil man again. I'd rather die.
Rather die? What, my pretty one? Never mind. Enough of that. Give me my child, my son, and heir, for such is, and such he shall be. Or you shall marry me.
You took me once, but not again. And as for your son, we deceived you. He's a girl.
Bah! Thwarted again. You shall pay for this. I shall.
I shall cast you adrift.
I'm acting, my dear. I shall cast you adrift.
What's to become of you, my darling? My poor rejected girlie.
Oh, my poor girl!
My hero, you must save me from a fate worse than death.
A fate worse than death?
A fate worse than death. The captain wants me to marry him, or he'll cast me adrift. What am I going to do? I cannot marry him for all the tea in China.
You shall not, over my dead body. I love no one but you. I'll borrow the money. I shall pawn my watch till tomorrow.
If he returns not, I shall die. I shall die. One must look on the bright side. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Have you decided? I think not.
No, not yet. But I promise I'll tell you soon.
Promises! Promises!
Well, so this is where you got to. Well, she'll make a fine kitchen maid, but we can do without the baby. Come, Captain Jasper, 2 pairs of hands will make light work of her.
No.
Come on, my dear.
Oh, baby.
Come, my
Jasper?
Yes. Oh dear!
Here! Take this gun. See no harm comes to the innocent babe. I shall go and rescue her.
I must have my baby with me.
Come back! Come back!
Get up!
Come back! I say, come back!
My baby. Oh. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly. I'm gonna make it to heaven. Baby, remember my name. Baby,